Or Friday and into the weekend, it's 4:35.
So there you go. So we're starting this video out. Let me park here, man, before I go. So it's 4:36 p.m. We just showed everybody Michigan Avenue. It's so-so. There's some people there. It's about half full, maybe a little less than half full. It's beautiful weather. It's 63 degrees. SubX.News here reporting. It's 4:36 p.m. It's February 27, 2026. It's a Friday. Right now, we're at Wacker and Wabash. We're right next to a bunch of hotels that they just got remodeled. It's a beautiful day. There's no excuses. We're in the middle of the month. It's completely empty. And one of the things that I wanted to say now is I'm recording this. I'm recording a video. Those guys that are on live heard it. This is what we just heard on the news from the Chicago government. They're going to raise the tourism tax. They're going to raise the tourist. These are tourist hotels. See that there? Do you see any tourists here? You see any cars running around here? Look at it. It's completely empty. See that guy making some U-turn right in the middle of downtown? Look at that guy. Look at that maniac, man. See the maniac there? See him there? Making a U-turn there. See that guy? Right there, that guy. The maniac. See him there? There you go. But these are all hotels here, right? They're all hotels. Let me get the video here. These are all hotels. See that there? What do you see here? You see empty spaces. It's empty. There's no one here. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Chicago. So two things are on Wacker, and we're going to start driving down Wacker. This was the main way to get in and out of downtown for the guys that worked around here around the river. These were all office buildings here at one time, and they still are. This was packed. If you would get out of work at 4 o'clock, it was too late. Wacker Drive was always packed. Why? Because you would go to Lake Street over here. I'll show you where. This was packed. It was all jam-packed. Now you look at it. You're like, oh, well, yeah, COVID. Yeah, well, COVID ain't around no more, bro. Don't start using that excuse. Then you just make some new excuse. Why do you think they had 3 lanes each way? Because this was always packed. It went in and out of the city. This was the way to get kind of around the loop. This goes around downtown. It hugs the river. That's why this was 6 lanes, 3 each way. I used to work at the Merchandise Mart over there. I worked there 7 or 8 years. I worked there from 2010 to 18, I think, around that time. 17, 16, when we moved then to the 1901 West Carroll. That was the teachers union. Used to have the offices there. And before that, I used to come to downtown too for union meetings and be part of the union. Then I was an employee of the union. So I kind of know downtown pretty well. And then I used to come to downtown for school and all kinds of things before that. So, but what I want to show you is this, that it's empty right now. And you can say, well, it's not empty, John. I see cars. Well, no, it's a red light. So now they bunched up, because if you want to see in back of me, look at that. There's no cars in back of me. When I worked here, there would be no space. There would be no space. Right? There would be no space. Here, let me show this to you. See, there's no cars in back of me. You see that there? It's empty. There's no space. Look in front of me. There's space here. There would never be a space here. Not only would Wacker be packed, Wells would be packed. Every one of these streets would be packed because everybody was getting out of downtown. And you can say, well, COVID. Well, COVID's over. You can't keep using COVID as an excuse. See, people keep using COVID as an excuse, and that's a lie. That's a lie. It's a lie. It always has been a lie. COVID had nothing to do with business, has nothing to do with downtown. Nothing. COVID is a sickness that shut down certain businesses where there was too many people that with communicable diseases. Downtown offices were cubicles and office space. It had nothing to do with it. And they're private industries. You didn't have to adhere to COVID if you were in the private sector. That was for public sector. You didn't have no rights over private sector people. You could shut down some roads, but you couldn't shut down a private business. They did. They tried to. So think about that. Think about the lie that's COVID. No one's really talked about this. It's never been investigated. COVID was a lie. COVID was used to do what? Cover up a bad economy. Right before COVID hit in October, there was reports that the economy was almost ready to collapse. There was reports about cardboard. Cardboard is what it's used to pack things, right? Especially when? Christmas. It's coming. Christmas in October. And they already said it was so bad, it might collapse the economy. I have those reports. That's way back in, what was that? That's 19 or 20? I don't know what year that was in anymore, right? I forget all these years. It was big bad reports, right? And we're going to keep going down Wacker to show you. At this time, you couldn't pass here on Wacker. All the lanes, both ways were packed. Look at all the space we have here. See that there? See the space? It's all open. There's no cars here. There's 0 cars. There's no cars. You can say, oh, John, you're lying. There's cars. I see them. No, there's no cars here. All these lanes were packed. Now it's 4 lanes here. You see, it's 3 lanes, and you got this turning lane. This was all packed. You see that turning lane? This was all packed. It was wall-to-wall cars here. You could not pass through here. Why? Everybody would go on Lake Street to go to the highway, and then people would go on each one of these roads to go to the highway. It was all packed here. It was packed at this time. You could not... If you got out of your office too late, you would be stuck here for an hour. So people would try to get out. What we did is we tried to alter our times and get out at 3:30. So what you did is you started earlier. My time was 7:30 to 3:30. That's when I worked. If you got out of here at 4:15, you were stuck for an hour on this road. You were stuck right here. You wouldn't move. It would go creeping along. That's what I'm trying to document today, Wacker Drive, right? Wacker Drive, 4:43 p.m. But what I'm trying to also combine it with is this lie of COVID, that COVID ruined the economy. COVID did not ruin the economy. Most people kept working. There was COVID stimuluses. People worked from home. They did scams. They did PPP scams. People did other jobs. When you worked from home, people did 2 jobs. They did scamming. So what are you talking about? COVID ruined things. They didn't. COVID actually was a stimulus. It let people stay at home and save money, and on top of it, they made money. Now you can say, well, private businesses got hurt, like restaurants and all that. Well, I guess they did. But how did COVID hurt this? How did COVID hurt all of these businesses? These aren't all restaurants here, right? Let me show you guys where I'm at. I'm at Randolph and Wacker right now, right? COVID didn't hurt these guys. COVID had nothing to do with this place. It's a lie. COVID's a lie. It was always a lie to cover up what? A bad economy. That's what it was. And that's what people aren't saying. And we're right into that space. Because why? We covered up the economy in 2008 with the predatory lending, right? And we didn't let the market crash at that time. And we're doing the same thing with the COVID. And kind of we're doing a little bit of that right now. So what I'm trying to say is this. All of that, none of that means anything. It's all jibber jabber, boo boo boo, boo 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 talk, I'd call it. It doesn't mean anything. It's zigzag talk. That's what I really call it, zigzag talk. You ziggy zaggy, right? You do whatever bullshit you say, you make it up so you make an excuse. Here's the real talk. There's no one here. When you don't see no one here and no movement, that means what? There's no commerce. Even if it's just driving your car in a circle like I do, right? I drive in a circle and I listen to the radio. I'm doing what? I'm using the internet. I'm using my phone. I'm putting gas in my car. I'm drinking coffee. That's an economy. That's commerce. It's called commerce. You're doing things, right, to spend money. When there's no cars moving, that means it's dead. It's abandoned. You look at right in front of us. It's 4:45 p.m. It's a Friday. It's 63 degrees out. We're in the middle of downtown. There's no one here. There's 0 people. Look in front of me. There's 2-3 blocks empty. All the way to Harrison, it's empty there. There's no one here. Do you see anybody walking? You can see what? How many people are walking here? 10, 20 people? This is the middle of downtown Chicago. We're in the 3rd largest city of the United States of America. How many people did you just count passing my car here? A dozen? 2 dozen? Not even that much. The other saying I always say is it's not even enough to fill a bus. Look at that. Look in front of me. Look at the people walking. There's no one here. This has nothing to do with COVID. Zero to do with COVID. Here's another way to think about it. Everybody blames the economy on COVID or whatever they blame, right? When you get the flu or when you get diarrhea or when you break your arm or when you get whatever you get, right? Whatever you get. Even if you have a car accident, the worst thing, we don't want that. Or cancer. What happens? Some people lose their houses. Some people lose whatever they do, right? Because it's so catastrophic, right? But you keep living. It doesn't stop you. That's what I'm trying to say here. When they keep saying that COVID is the excuse, and I'm saying it's not the excuse, that there was something that predicated it, that came before it. And the reason I say that is because of what you see today. You see it in front of you. Oh, Dalton? Yeah, but look, think about it. Think about what the scam of Dalton is. They threw her out, and now they say they want to stay there another extra year. It's kind of a scam. She might be telling the truth there. Think about it. They threw her out, had term limits, and now when the guy's in there, he says, oh, I want to remove the term limits. That's kind of scummy there. That's kind of scum stuff. That's some scum stuff there. Think about that, right? They threw her out. Whatever you say about her. I think she was crooked a little bit. She was spending money. That's what she was doing. She was spending money, which I don't think was illegal because the FBI never got her, right? We're talking about Tiffany Hayward. If she did something illegal, she'd be in prison right now. But she's not. So think about that. She was spending money like it was her own, but she was all legal because it went through the government. And then they threw her out. And now what? Now the guy, when they threw out, says, oh, I want to remove the term limits, right? And that's kind of some shady stuff there, right? That's shady there. So again, we're on Wacker Drive. It's 448. We're at Jackson now. How many cars have you counted? What, 100 maybe? I don't think even if there's 100 cars that we counted. We're going to go all the way down to Harrison, okay? Then we'll do some radio calls. We'll have a little fun. We'll talk a little bit. I don't know what we're going to do tonight. We got to go on Harrison. We might go down to... No, we're at Van Buren. Sorry, we're not at Van Buren. Harrison is the next one. This is Van Buren. I apologize. I misspoke there. I apologize. This is Van Buren. We can see nothing. I don't know what you mean. Your screen is not showing. I don't know why is that happening. Should I restart the video? I don't know. It keeps moving here. How about right now? Do you see? Maybe I'll pull over. I'm gonna see. I don't know. Maybe I should restart the video. You guys, is it still blank or what? Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm yelling like that helps. I don't know what's going on, right? Let me check this. Can you guys see me, hear me? What can you do? What's going on here, guys? Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's all messed up. The screen is all messed up. I see that now. All right, let me pull over here. Maybe I'll restart the video. Ooh, man, I gotta watch out. Almost got in that car accident there. Yeah, something's going on with the video there. I just seen it. Thanks. All right, why don't I just shut it down and restart it, okay? I'm going to shut down the video. So I'm going to shut it down. Yeah, I see it now. Here, let's see. I'll show you guys that. It's bad.